Most drivers think they know how to save fuel. They roll down the windows, they buy weird gadgets online, they avoid air conditioning like it is some kind of financial disaster. Some people even wake up early just to fill their gas tank when the weather is cold, because somebody on the internet told them gasoline becomes magical at sunrise. And every single day, millions of drivers waste money following fuel myths that either do nothing or quietly make their car worse. Worse fuel economy, worse engine performance, faster wear, bigger repair bills. The scary part is that many of these myths sound scientific enough to feel real. They use fancy words. They promise hidden tricks mechanics supposedly do not want you to know. But once you look closer, most of them completely fall apart. And today, you are going to learn which fuel-saving tricks actually work, which ones are total garbage, and which ones could secretly damage your car while you think you are saving money. Because when gas prices climb, people start doing crazy things. Suddenly, everybody becomes a fuel expert. Someone removes their truck tailgate because they heard it improves airflow. Somebody else buys a shiny plastic device claiming it creates vortex energy inside the engine. Then there is always that one guy who swears putting premium fuel into every car somehow unlocks hidden efficiency. It sounds believable until you realize most drivers never actually test these ideas. They just repeat them because somebody else repeated them first. That is how bad information spreads. One viral video, one confident comment, one fake expert using complicated words that mean absolutely nothing. And meanwhile, your wallet keeps getting lighter every time you stop at the pump.
Let us start with one of the oldest fuel myths ever, removing the tailgate from a pickup truck. People have defended this trick for years, like it is some secret law of physics. The logic sounds simple. Air gets trapped in the truck bed, remove the tailgate, and the air flows out freely. Less drag, better fuel economy. Sounds smart, right? Except science says the exact opposite. Keeping the tailgate up actually creates a controlled pocket of circulating air inside the bed. That pocket helps airflow move smoothly over the truck instead of crashing into the empty space. Remove the tailgate and you increase turbulence behind the truck. That means more drag, not less, which means you are not saving fuel. You are literally making the truck less efficient while feeling proud about it. And this is exactly why so many fuel myths survive. They sound logical until real testing destroys them. And speaking of fake science, the internet is packed with miracle fuel-saving gadgets that promise unbelievable gains. Tiny plastic devices, magnetic fuel enhancers, plug-in economy chips, turbine intake spinners, they all use the same strategy. Throw together technical-sounding words until people stop questioning it. They say things like optimizing combustion molecules or amplifying oxygen flow dynamics. It sounds impressive until you realize they are basically describing wizard magic for cars. Most of these products do absolutely nothing. Some are literally empty plastic shells with no meaningful technology inside. But drivers still buy them because everybody wants an easy shortcut. That is the dangerous part. The desire to save money makes people vulnerable to scams that quietly drain even more money.
One of the worst examples is the famous hydrogen generator myth. These kits promise to turn ordinary water into extra fuel using electrolysis. The sales pitch sounds incredible. More power, better fuel economy, cleaner emissions. Some kits cost hundreds of dollars and claim major savings at the pump. But here is the reality nobody mentions. Your alternator needs engine power to create electricity. That electricity powers the hydrogen system, which means the engine works harder just to run the device that supposedly saves fuel. In many cases, the gains are either microscopic or completely non-existent. Some kits even tell drivers to trick oxygen sensors using aluminum foil or strange wiring hacks just to force the engine computer into behaving differently. At that point, you are not improving efficiency. You are gambling with your engine management system because somebody online promised secret technology big companies supposedly hide from you. Now, here's a myth that actually contains a tiny piece of truth, but still causes problems when people abuse it. Overinflating tires. The idea is simple. Harder tires create less rolling resistance. Less resistance means less effort to move the car. And technically, that part is true. But what people never talk about is the downside. Overinflated tires reduce grip, wear unevenly, and hurt braking performance. Your car becomes less stable, the ride becomes harsher, and eventually you spend more money replacing tires early. Manufacturers already spend massive amounts of time calculating the safest and most efficient pressure for your vehicle. That number inside the driver door exists for a reason. The smartest move is not chasing extreme pressure numbers. It is simply making sure your tires are properly inflated in the first place, because millions of drivers unknowingly drive around with underinflated tires every single day. That alone quietly destroys fuel economy.
And here comes another myth that sounds clever, but completely falls apart once you think about it for more than 10 seconds. Filling your car early in the morning because cold gasoline is supposedly denser. People actually drive across town at sunrise trying to save a few cents because they believe warm fuel gives them less energy. But gasoline at stations is stored underground, where temperatures stay relatively stable all day long. The fuel does not suddenly become weak because the sun came out. You are not unlocking secret savings by waking up earlier. The only thing you are sacrificing is sleep. Yet this myth continues spreading because it feels scientific enough for people to stop questioning it. But now we reach something that actually works immediately, and most drivers completely ignore it. Extra weight. Cars are not storage units, yet many people drive around carrying tools they never use, random boxes, sports equipment, old junk, emergency supplies they forgot about years ago, and enough unnecessary weight to fill an apartment closet. Every pound requires energy to move. More weight means more fuel burned every time the car accelerates. The heavier the vehicle becomes, the harder the engine works. This is basic physics. And unlike fake gadgets or miracle products, this trick costs absolutely nothing. Clean out the trunk. Remove what you do not need. Many drivers could improve efficiency immediately just by getting rid of the rolling trash pile living inside their car.
Now let us talk about one fuel-saving trick that technically works, but could also get you into a disaster. Drafting behind large trucks. Yes, hiding inside the airflow behind a semi-truck reduces aerodynamic drag. Yes, it can improve fuel economy, but the distance required for meaningful savings is dangerously close. So close that you may not even see the road ahead. If the truck breaks suddenly, your fuel savings instantly become the least important problem in your life. This is one of those rare cases where science confirms the idea, while common sense screams not to do it. Saving fuel is never worth gambling with your safety. Another massive misunderstanding involves premium gasoline. Some drivers think expensive fuel automatically means better fuel economy for every car. They believe premium fuel is cleaner, stronger, or somehow superior in every situation. But octane is not about power or quality. It is about resistance to pre-ignition inside engines designed for higher compression. If your car requires premium fuel, using regular can hurt performance and efficiency. But if your car was designed for regular fuel, switching to premium usually gives you little or no benefit at all. You are simply paying more because the word premium sounds impressive, and fuel companies know exactly how powerful that word is.
Now, here is where things get interesting, because one of the simplest fuel-saving tricks sounds completely backwards: rolling the windows up at highway speeds. Most people assume air conditioning burns more fuel, so they drive fast with all the windows open instead. But once speeds increase, open windows create serious aerodynamic drag. Your car starts fighting against disrupted airflow, like a parachute ripping through the wind. At higher speeds, using air conditioning can actually be more efficient than driving with windows down. And most drivers never realize they are creating extra resistance every single time they hit the highway. But none of these myths compare to the biggest fuel mistake of all: aggressive driving. Hard acceleration, late braking, constant speeding, rapid lane changes, flooring the gas pedal at every green light. Drivers spend hundreds on fake gadgets while ignoring the single biggest factor controlling fuel economy: their own right foot. Modern engines are incredibly advanced, but no technology can overcome reckless driving habits. Smooth acceleration saves fuel. Predictable braking saves fuel. Maintaining steady speed saves fuel. This is not flashy. It is not viral. It does not come in shiny packaging with fake scientific diagrams. But it works better than almost every gimmick people waste money on.
And that is the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to hear. Most real fuel-saving tricks are boring. Maintain proper tire pressure, remove unnecessary weight, drive smoothly, use the correct fuel grade, keep the car maintained. That is where the real savings happen. Not through magic devices, not through internet myths, not through ridiculous shortcuts designed to exploit desperate drivers. Because the people who spend the least money on fuel usually are not the ones chasing secret hacks. They're the ones who understand how their car actually works. The next time somebody claims they discovered a hidden fuel trick mechanics supposedly hate, stop and think for a second. Ask whether it actually makes sense. Ask whether real testing proves it. Because fuel myths survive for one reason. People desperately want an easy answer. But the real secret has never been hidden technology. The real secret is understanding the difference between science and scams before your money disappears into the gas tank forever.